What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we'll be reviewing Port Adelaide's clash with St Kilda for round 16, a good 36-point win at the Fortress. So let's have a look and see exactly what happened and who were the best on the day. Yesterday's win racks up our 5th in a row, 5 in a row since, for the first time since 2014, which is quite a remarkable stat. It's our second time we've won more than 3 games in the past 3 years, so the stats are showing pretty good at the moment that we are on track for a top 4 finish. We've just got to keep our game going at the moment. Besides our horrible skill level yesterday and our missed opportunities in front of goal, our pressure was really good yesterday. We basically mauled St Kilda in our forward half. It's just a pity that we couldn't make more of amends on the scoreboard and put that pressure on. We gave them a sniff the whole day. They were never really in at St Kilda. They were good. They missed and they lacked a bit of polish, but I think so did we, and we could have buried that game in the second quarter. But 2 goals 5 in that second quarter, where we could have kicked easily for 3 or 4 more goals. We missed an opportunity for percentage yesterday. When it comes down to it, if the teams around us are going to keep losing and we keep on winning, that's not going to matter as much. But I think the main thing about that is the fact that we need to bury a couple of sides. We did it against the Bulldogs a few weeks ago. We put them in 10-goal win. But games like yesterday, Carlton the week before, we can't be sluggish and can't have games where we just switch off for 2 or 3 quarters and then in 1 quarter we win. We've got to be 4 quarters. And I think yesterday our pressure was 4 quarters. You know, all these chances that for shots on goal, it's really disappointing, and we lack that skill level that really is going to take us to that next step and match the teams like Richmond. You know, they're a class above at the moment, the Tigers, and we've got to really, if we're going to go anywhere this year, we definitely have proven we can beat Richmond. But can we do it for 4 quarters? When it comes down to it in the final series, it's all about 4 quarters. It's not going to be 1 quarter that wins us the game. It's going to be 4-quarter performance, and I think that's what we're lacking at the moment. And we've been saying it for weeks on end now. And once it clicks, that's what will give us the biggest push to making top 2. And just to clarify on that, simple skill errors need to be eradicated. Just a standard 25-metre kick. I'm looking at you, Jared Pollock, in that last quarter, the game was basically done. A couple of minutes in, you switch the play instead of going down the line when you have Paddy Ryder, Charlie Dixon, Justin Westhoff all down the line. You switch the play to go to Tom Cleary in the goal square, and you miss him by 20 metres. That's just not on in a time where the game's basically done. But to give the opposition a half a sniff, these simple skill errors one day will cost us against a bigger team. And if it happens in the final series, look out, because players, fans, coaches, they'll be spewing because of those simple skill errors that we should be hitting those targets. And we did it all day yesterday. It wasn't just that one moment, lapse in concentration. It was throughout the day. And now, you know, entries into forward 50 are shocking. We need to stop overusing the ball when coming inside 50. I think 4 or 5 times I counted yesterday, we gave like 10 handballs before we got a kick away. And that was just outside 50. It's not Oz kick. Not everyone has to get the ball in a chain of play. First option's the best option. Not wait and hold for the right option. Just go for the best option, which is the first option. Get the ball moving. You can make it up as you go. But that's just simple errors like that will cost us games. And we haven't hit 100 points too often this year. Yesterday was a great opportunity to do it, but we were awful in front of goal. Simple as that. A couple of players that really stood out for me yesterday. These aren't the best players on the ground, but they played games that really contributed well to us winning in the end by 36. Jack Watts coming back into the side. He kicked 2 crucial goals. Took some great marks, 5 contested possessions, and 82% disposal efficiency, which was a big positive for him. And he was really in there, and he's really attacking the ball. So well done to Jack Watts. I reckon his game was very good from coming back from a stint in the SANFL. Travis Pike, I thought he was played a great captain's game yesterday. It wasn't. Yes, obviously we all know his disposals aren't always the best, but he was fighting, he was tackling, he was putting a lot of pressure on the ball carrier. And he played a great captain's game as well, kicking 2 goals at crucial stages of the game, one in the 3rd quarter to open up the second half, and also in the last quarter, which really buried the game in itself. Dan Houston as well down back, I thought he was really good. Same with Darcy Byrne-Jones. They really stood up and got the ball rolling down there. And Tom Cleary, who stood up when Tom Jonas went down with an injury to his knee, really stood up and said, look, if Tommy Jonas is down, you can rely on me. I'm going to do this down here. So well done to Tommy Cleary. And also the recruits yesterday, they were fantastic, I thought. Tom Rockcliffe, again, 30 disposals. Stephen Motlop in his 150th with 28, really stood up and really gave us a lot of run in the midfield and was that link-up player that we basically got him for. That's who played his role perfectly yesterday. And also, as I said, Jack Watts was great. Trengove was pretty good down back. And yeah, those recruits were just one of those days. Lindsay Thomas was a bit quiet yesterday, but I thought he contributed really well down in the forward half with his pressure and his tackling. So they all contributed well yesterday. It was a great day for the recruits. Just quickly, I wanted to touch on the crowd. I thought 36,000 for that time slot. The weather was pretty poor early. It was cold. Not a bad effort from the Port fans. They were really fantastic and they were really loud and got us over the line. So well done to the Port faithful. And to touch on as well, Charlie Dixon, 4 goals. Three of them in the last quarter. But they were significant signs for him because he was clunking those marks. They were all from set shots, 3 in a row. And 4 for the day really contributed to him getting his confidence up. And I reckon that will really help him move on into the next month or so and going into the finals. He's really going to step up and, it's a good sign for him to really contribute in that way and find a bit of confidence again because he's lacking a bit of goal-kicking confidence. And he had that first set shot for the day and absolutely flogged it left. He kicked forward and it was really good. And just as well, Tom Jonas with that injury. Some people, I heard ACL early, but no, it's not an ACL. I think it's just a kneecap or one of those jarred knees where you twist. It could be 2 to 3, maybe in a month. So that's crucial for him to just take that month off, 2 or 3 weeks, really get him ready because I really feel he shouldn't have played yesterday because of his injuries prior. But nonetheless, that's how it goes and he should really rest up, ready to come into the finals because he's a very crucial part to us playing in September. All right, let's move on to the champion of the week. This week's champion of the week goes to none other than the 150th gamer, Stephen Motlop. Great yesterday, 28 disposals, really good run through the midfield, and we got him for that exact reason, to bring us good delivery inside forward 50. He lowered his eyes, he hit targets, and he was really crucial yesterday to us getting the win that we did. And I really feel he's starting to evolve as a player at Port Adelaide. He's probably, for mine, he's been the best recruit this year, the most consistent anyway. And I reckon if he continues that on for the rest of the year, he's going to be playing a crucial part in our side, going a long way. All right, votes. Today, for round 16, the pair votes, as we know, 5 votes for a win, 3 votes for a loss. 1 vote goes to Justin Westhoff. He was brilliant. 19 disposals, 2 goals, 7 marks and 5 tackles. A great day for him. Especially stood up in that last quarter, going down back and really putting the pressure on, and some game-saving tackles too. 2 votes goes to Tommy Rockcliffe. 30 disposals, 15 of them contested. He's really finding his feet in the midfield now. Him and Wingard were sensational yesterday. 3 votes goes to Tommy Cleary, the new general down back. Was sensational after Tommy Jonas went off. 20 disposals for him, 6 marks, and really stood up, as I said, when Tommy went down. So Tommy Cleary, he's silenced a bit of the doubters lately because he's been under the pump, especially with Jonas and Homps coming in and out of the side. Cleary, a lot of people calling for his head, but he stood up yesterday and that's why he deserves that spot. 4 votes for the champion of the week, Motlop. Stephen Motlop in his 150th, 28 disposals, 7 marks, 6 tackles. Didn't hit the scoreboard, but his goal assist and he was contributing right up the ground was sensational. And 5 votes goes to the Bear. I thought he was best on ground yesterday. A phenomenal game in the midfield. 32 disposals, 5 tackles, 13 of them contested. As well, didn't hit the scoreboard, but he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. And the good thing about Wingard yesterday was he was following up his own work. He was really running through the midfield. He gave us a great run. I haven't seen him run and have speed like that for a long time now. And he's really, really thriving in the midfield. And ever since Kenny threw him into that role, he's just taken it a class above. So well done to Chad Wingard, 5 votes and your best on ground for round 16. Alrighty, Port fans, that wraps up this round 16 review of Port Adelaide versus St Kilda. Thank you very much for tuning in on Spreaker through Port Fan Radio. Make sure you tune into the Portress podcast, 8 PM every Wednesday night. And also subscribe to the channel if you are new for plenty more Port Adelaide content coming your way on a weekly basis. That's it. No more for this week. Fremantle next week in Perth, so make sure you tune in and support the boys. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Anthony, and as per usual, come the pair!